What's up, guys? You know what it is. I'm gonna let a couple people get in the room. Get my man Sean on. What up, what up, what up, everybody? So you know what it is. I'm gonna let everybody get in the room, and then we'll bring Sean in, and we'll start the show. So everybody remind me, yo, it's 7:32. I logged on at 7:32. So the way we're gonna do it this week is we're gonna do part one and a part two of the boys club. So today, part one, please remind me at 8:30 that we got on at 8:30 at 7:32, because you know at the hour point they disconnect me. So I want to make sure that everybody knows. First hour ends at 7:32. We picking right back up, and we're gonna do another hour from 7:32 to 8:32. Let me get my guy Sean in so we can get started. Do me the favor, everybody, tell a friend to tell a friend. The boys club, we're on. It's official. There you go. Prezzo, what up?
What up, what up?
So yeah, so 1 hour ends at 7:32. So if I don't get a countdown or anything like that, we know that the first hour ends at 8:32. In the second hour, we pick right back up where we left off, because you know this Instagram thing, blase blase. We ain't gonna do nothing like that. But you know where I'm going with this.
Okay, so first and foremost, welcome everybody. Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We are the Boys Club. Rich Dollar, Sean Prez. Very real, very insightful, very straight to the point relationship talk from the mind of a man. With that being said, you know, piggybacking off what Rich said, hour one, if you guys have been with us from day one, you know, first hour is me and Rich back and forth, digging deep into relationship type topics. And hour two is letting you guys, the callers, come in. So with that being said, Richie D, what up first and foremost?
What's good?
I'm good, man. It's always a blessing to sit with you and dialogue. So I'm looking forward to the conversation tonight.
Let's do it.
All right. I want to start with Beyonce. She dropped the album. Mm-hmm. Did you hear it?
I've heard it. Yep, of course. Of course.
Dope album. She went a different way than we're used to. More dancey, but that's not where I want to go. And I got to watch my word, because I know the what is it, the Beehive, they get crazy. You say anything remotely close to being close, walking the line of disrespect toward Beyonce. So I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just raising a point. Album cover is tough. An amazing album cover. Butt naked, damn near, Beyonce on a see-through horse. We know Beyonce's married with children. I know she's getting a little older. She got to compete with the youngins out here. She's showing, yo, I can still flex. I can still do them with the best of them. Clearly, Beyonce has, I don't know if she went overseas, or maybe she done flew in some doctors from South America, but she got some titty enhancements, definitely bigger than they were in the past. Absolutely. You don't see that album cover?
I didn't even notice, bro.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Beyonce done went up a few sizes.
So it ain't because she got like 3 kids.
That ain't Photoshop. Nah, that ain't Photoshop. Beyonce 100%. She definitely. I mean, she got to compete.
Okay.
You know,
right,
her husband is Jay-Z. Question. Some can look at that album cover and be like, yo, you're married with children, and it is kind of a violation to be showcasing yourself. Like, there's a, you know, Beyonce, you ain't got to do this. So I got to ask you, if a woman is, and we would have this same conversation, Rich, and I didn't want it, because I really thought about, do I want to talk about this? But we have to, because if we had seen any other woman, 40 plus, on Instagram, half naked, me and you will be talking about it. So from the perspective of being in a monogamous relationship with children, you are married, are there lines that you should not cross? Because whether you are an entertainer or not, it is just, number one, it's young girls who adore you, they're looking at you. But number two, it's like, yo, keep it classy. You are a mother. You are a wife. Or if you got it, flaunt it.
My answer is very simple. Beyonce is the epitome of self-respect, the epitome of Black power, the epitome of Black girl power. She is the epitome of all things sacred. If she want to get risque once a year or once every 4 years for an album cover, I have nothing to say. If she was butt naked with some fucking things, what's the little things that women put on their shirt, or their little boobs or whatever, little boob patches or whatever, like Beyonce of all people, like she's not the only one. Like Rihanna has been gone for a while. She usually holds herself in the highest regard. Beyonce holds herself in the highest regard. She is married. She does have children. But she carries herself like that on a day-to-day basis. We know Beyonce ain't thirst trapping. We know Beyonce ain't trying to do nothing for the blogs. We know that shit was done 100% for her and for her art. So for me, for somebody who does the things that she does and moves the way she moves, if she wants to get risque, because she hasn't dropped the album in what, 4 years, 5 years? If she wants to get risque every once in a while, then God bless you, mama. Do your thing. If you want to show the kids like, yo, I still got it, do your thing. If you want to, it's like if you want to just pop on the scene and be like, yo, y'all thought I was done, but y'all thought these little kids had me. Let me show y'all what it's all about. I'm about to transform this whole musical thing and take you niggas to Dubai, and then I'm gonna sit on a horse, butt ass naked, and what? And y'all gonna love it because I'm Beyonce and I can.
Okay.
She the queen, bro. She the queen.
Okay. Let's move away from Beyonce.
Okay.
If this was another 41, 42-year-old woman married with kids,
See, you can't do that. You can't do
no,
that.
you can't do it. You can't. That's why this is the boys' club. And do not do this because you're tap dancing because that's Beyonce. Don't do it. Do not do it. If this was a 40-year-old respectable monogamous wife with 3 kids, but she's on the gram half naked, would you have that same answer?
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Go ahead.
Keep it a buck. If there was a woman that's out there, and women, if you listen to me, listen to what I'm saying. If there's a woman out there and she is a mother and she comes home and she takes care of her children and she is the epitome of class, goes to work every day, but on one Saturday morning, she want to feel good about herself, if she want to turn the game upside down, and she want to go to fucking Olin Mills or one of them other Sears photography labs and show her ass and get and do something risque, do your thing, man.
Hold on. To the world. If she put it on Instagram.
Everything is relative. So if she wants to take those pictures and come home and put them on the gram or put them out there, put them on Facebook, do your thing, mama. Do your thing. I ain't even gonna hate on you because that's you.
at this point, taking Beyonce 100% out the equation, if you're a woman, you have to feel beautiful. You have, and if you want to make yourself feel beautiful, then make yourself feel beautiful. If you ain't out there with your legs in the air and looking like you about to be on Pornhub or something, I say go for it. I say go for it. If you want to feel good about yourself, you got 3 children or whatever they got, and you want to feel good, and you're a husband, and you're a wife, and you take care of your kids, and you go to work, and you work hard every day, and sometimes you're just sick of wearing sweatpants. Sometimes you're sick of coming home, going from work clothes to sweatpants and night clothes. Do your thing. Just don't. I'm not a proponent of putting your ass in the air, pulling shit to the left, pulling shit to the right, all that old crazy shit. Keep that. Now you're going overboard. But if you want to do something risque and you want to make yourself feel good and you want to like feel good about it, you know, just put a smile on your own face sometime, then go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you.
Before I give my thoughts on this, because you standing strong on this go ahead thing. So now niggas, say it was your girl, it's your wife. Now niggas is in the DMs. Now it's a bunch of heart emojis. Now it's a bunch of googly eyes. Are you looking at your wife crazy? Or are you keeping that same energy?
You preface it by saying, see, this is the trick. You preface it by saying, we use Beyonce as the example, right? But we brought it back to normal people. So normal people would mean, I'm very secure with my wife. She's a great mother. She does all the shit she's supposed to do. And she is going through something in her life where she feels like she needs to take those pictures. If my wife does all the other things the way she's supposed to do them, and I have the ultimate trust and the ultimate faith in her, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna have to be like, yo, baby, if that's what makes you feel good, do you. I'm gonna have to hit her with that. I'm gonna have to hit her with that. You know why? Because if I act like she can't do it, that's when the nigga need to be worried about them emojis and them hearts and all that other shit. But if she on point 364 days a year, in 1 year, she'd be like, yo, babe, I just want to act up. I just want to act up. You know what, mama? Give me the camera. Give me the fucking camera. Now. Don't take this shit too far. Don't start running with it. But if you're trying to do this for yourself and you want to feel good, give me the camera. I'm going to take the pictures for you. That's how good. If we have that relationship and she's everything that this other woman who we talking about is, I can't be mad. I have to give you your pass. I have to be like, yo, go ahead. Go ahead. And when all the other shit comes, if that's going to make you feel good, if all the DMs and all the other slick shit that comes along with that, if that's what's going to make you feel good, as long as you don't use that, then it's almost like we're going to give you your shot. We're going to let you do your thing. Let's see how you play this. Do the pictures and you say, okay, cool, that's it, and that's all. But now when shit start getting crazy and DMs start popping up and now all of a sudden you want to go out every night and now you're starting to feel yourself, now it becomes a problem. But the initial pitches, go ahead, mom, do you. No, go ahead and let the beehive come for you. Let's hear it.
Okay. Like I said, we start off with pop culture and we bring it home. I'm very surprised to hear this answer coming from you because you are definitely a jealous dude. This is not what I expected coming from Richie D. Shout out to Zeddy Will, just popped in. But you know, Rich, I couldn't agree with you more. I was trying to push.
Hold on. You was trying to set me. Oh,
yeah,
you dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, like I was trying to push because I was gonna see where you was gonna go with it. But I'm gonna tell you, I have you know, I don't make no secret that I think that my wife is the baddest chick walking. And,
Mhm.
you know, there are many times that she comes and she's like, yo, what you think about this outfit? And my answer's been the same from day, like, if you with me, like, because I prefaced it, we know Beyonce is the epitome of class. There ain't no scandals, there ain't no rumors, there's no innuendos, accusations. It's none of that. This woman loves her husband. Um, she 40 plus, 3 kids. If she want to do something and show these young girls, I could still run with the best of y'all, I'm all for it. And I can tell you, you know, even with me, like I have been in a situation a ton of times. How's this outfit look? Is it too risque? What do you think? And my answer is always the same. You with me? Who cares? Do you? Because at the end of the day, number one, it's about trust. Number two, nigga, the other 364 days of the year, you done showed me who you are. I know this is about you, and it ain't about the attention you trying to get from the men out there. It ain't about you trying to get out there and embarrass me or entice somebody else into your world. And, you know, whenever you're grounded in your relationship, I say go for it, especially as women get older. If you still got it, nigga, go for it. Like if, and especially here, but here's a caveat, right? Don't take these words, ladies, and be single and you in a G-string in every one of your posts. Like that ain't cool either. We are prefacing this and really listen to how we're prefacing it. If you reach a certain age, you done popped out a few kids. You've been in that gym, or maybe you haven't, or maybe you just look in the mirror and you damn near look like Lizzo, but you feel proud of your body, yourself, and your man still like what he see, and you feel good about occasionally showing I can still run with any, and it ain't about the young girls. It's any girl, any woman out there. Then I think from a man's standpoint, I think most men, if they are not insanely jealous, if they're not insanely insecure, that's a sense of pride. Like nobody don't want to be with no chick that nobody else want. Like I damn sure don't want to be with a woman who I'm the only nigga that if I let her go, she gonna be single for the rest of her life because yo, you was with the worst looking chick on planet Earth. Like only you didn't know it. Nah, I want a chick that when I walk in the room, people like, yo, damn. Like, you know, sure, like I get props for being with her and vice versa. You know, like I walk in a room and I want her girlfriends or people to be like, yo, you got a handsome man. Y'all are a handsome couple. And I don't think nothing's wrong with that. So I tried to push the envelope, see where you was gonna go, see if you was gonna fold, but good job, Richie D.
Nice try.
Okay, so this came up later on. Earlier on in the week. I want to run this by you, right? You are the father of females, and I guess I gotta ask you. Do you think it's cool or okay, or do you think it's the right thing for a father, especially a man like yourself, that are around other men, know how men think? Do you think it's good for a father to pull his young girl, his young daughter or daughters to the side and then school her to how niggas think? school her to the game, or is that in a way taken away from her innocence? Is it in a way shaping the way that she views the world, shaping her even going into relationships, being extra cautious? Or is it the right thing to do as fathers?
My nigga, when Ashley was 15 years old, and I think Ashley was 13. I'm probably giving up too much information, but Ashley was 13, 14 when she got her first cycle. And at that moment, I knew this conversation is necessary. You, Richie D's daughter, you are not finna be out there unprepared for what these niggas is about to come with. They about to come with every single game, but you know what? Your father knows them all. And you are gonna know them all. And no nigga gonna run up on you and tell you nothing, and you ain't gonna be like. I had Ashley to the point where she was skeptical of good. I had Ashley to the point where she was skeptical of good niggas, because she was like, yo, daddy, he came to me and said, wop, 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 wop. And I was like, the nigga might be a good nigga. She was like, nah, remember that time you told me this is what they be doing? That nigga not getting me, dad. And I was like, nah, no, see, now we're gonna bring it back a notch. Excuse me. Now we're gonna bring it back a notch. You can't treat everybody. You have to use your discretion. I'm giving you the information. I'm telling you what niggas is out here trying to do. I'm telling you the game plan. You have to go and you have to play your own game, though. You have to meet a dude and be like, okay, I vetted this nigga good enough. My father gave me the information. I vetted this dude enough for me to understand what he about. I know basically, long story short, you gonna know all the red flags. I'm teaching my daughter what she gonna know all the red flags. Ashley know all the red flags.
Okay, but do you think by teaching her all of the red flags, what to look out for, the games that niggas run, are you in some way damaging or making her feel as though every man is coming with game?
Knowledge is power, bro. She has to make her own decision after that. But for me, knowledge is power. It would be, I would feel, if she's overly skeptical of niggas, then that's fine. That's fine for me. Because it just means that somebody's gonna have to do that much harder work. That means that somebody's gonna have to put in that much more effort to get to what they want to get to. Whether it's being with you, sleeping with you, whatever the case may be, it ain't gonna be easy. Nothing is gonna be easy. And that's all I wanted. So once you get to the point where you can make it not easy, then you can decipher all the other dudes and the niggas who left early, the niggas who didn't try hard enough, the niggas who was whack as hell and gave half the effort. We're gonna get rid of all of them. You're gonna make it hard for all these niggas, and you're gonna make it hard based on the information that I've already given you. So no, for me, knowledge is power. I would much rather come home and be like, I can't find a dude, Dad. None of these niggas is about shit, than for her to come home and be like, Tommy fucked me under the bleachers at the basketball game. The other nigga fucked me in the back of his seat of his fucking Camry, and the next nigga is fucking me in the Burger King bathroom. And Dad, I don't know what to do. No, that's not happening in mine. It's not happening with mine. You're gonna be, I'd much rather you be that far left with these niggas than for you to be to the point where you just out here willy-nilly with them. Nah, I wouldn't be doing my job. I wouldn't be doing my job as a father. So I'm gonna make it so, if anything else, it's gonna be hard for them. It's gonna be hard for them. And if it's hard for them and they stick around and they go through the trials and tribulations that you dish out and you ain't trying to play no games with them and blah, 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 then I did my job. That's how I look at it.
Nah, I mean, you know, Rich, it's a tightrope that you walk, right? You don't want your children, men or women, a male or female, son or daughter, to go into situations and feel untrusting of any and everybody who comes toward them out the gate. But you also, like you said, knowledge is power. And it's the job of a father. You know, we are the hunters, the gatherers, the protectors. Especially with your daughter, it's the job of a father to protect your daughter. It's the job of any parent. Let me rephrase this. It's the job of any parent to prepare your children for when you're not around. Not when you're dead and gone, but for when they go out into the world and you're not there, and they're able to properly decipher information and make good decisions based on the training that they got at home. So, you know, it's unfortunate, especially in the world that we live in, where social media, television, all forms of media, everything is so sexual, everything is acceptable, anything goes. And you still have to do your job as a parent and raise your son to be a good provider, a good husband, a man that will love his woman and treat her right, and raise your daughter to love her man and treat him right. It's a tightrope, but you know, I would agree with you. I would say absolutely knowledge is power. And I think as parents, especially as male parents to female, you're not doing your job if you're not educating them. You're not, because here's the deal. They're gonna get educated somewhere. And God forbid if you don't want to cross that line and have those types of talks with your children or your daughter specifically. And now it's that dude out there who's in her ear and he's grooming her and teaching her and shaping and molding her into all of the things that you would be vehemently against, but you didn't do your job. So now another dude steps in and he done shaped her into something completely different. And by the time you figure out what it is, your girl is lost. And it's so I would say 100%. I mean, I know the repercussions and the ramifications of talking to your daughter and schooling them to game. You know, it could have some adverse reactions and effects because they might question everybody and everything. But I would rather that and them to be cautious than to fall for anything. And it's just that simple. Switch topics for a second. And this is something we slightly touched on a while ago, but I wanted to get your thoughts because dudes and females, right? They have friends, and typically, you know, they have friends before they get into a relationship. And when they get into a relationship, sometimes, and I really want to hear what your thinking is on this. Sometimes for men and for women, but we're going to talk from a man's standpoint, sometimes the worst thing for a man is your girl hanging out still with her single friends because they think different. The conversation is different. When you going through stuff with your girl, they take it back to their single friends, and they single friends are coming from a lens. They got a vernacular that's different than somebody who's in a relationship. So my question for you is, and I call it like a singles diet. I call it because in life there's all types of diets. Sometimes you gotta forego different things that might you know, you might enjoy, you might like chocolate cake, but you don't like the weight that it put on you. There's some diets that you got to go on. Do you think when a woman enters a relationship or when a man enters a relationship, it is necessary for them to go on a singles diet? Like, yo, I understand that's your friend, but this nigga's still in the street, in a strip club. This nigga's still out there trying to hit everything moving. Or is it okay to keep them same friends because they was day ones and they was there probably before you got into a relationship with whoever you in a relationship with?
Good question. Single minds, single people definitely act much different than people in relationships. It's a fact. It's just the way life is. With that being said, there's a certain amount of trust that you have to have in your woman. There's a certain amount of trust in knowing that she's out of that life because she chooses to be out of that life. She's out of that life because you are providing something better for her, something that she doesn't feel like she needs to be in that world anymore. Now, with that being said, I cannot, in good conscience, see my girl out with her single friends every night. I don't want my girl taking single trips. I don't want my girl at the club with her friends every night. I want her to, we have to at some point meet some people that are in relationships. So we have to add relationship things to our day-to-day. We have to figure out a way. Now, because this is counterproductive for you to never do anything relationship oriented. So whenever she goes out with her girls, you go out with your guys. That's just a recipe for disaster. Every once in a while, I'm not saying cut your friends off. That would be silly for me to say that, and it would also create a certain amount of dissension amongst the ranks, right? She would come home, she would be disgusted. She can't talk to her friends. She can't feel like she gonna do that shit anyway. She gonna sneak. She gonna do it from work. She gonna do it on the way home in the car. She gonna pretend. That's when the people start lying. I'm going to do this. I'm going to yoga. And then the next time somebody fucked up and took a picture of your girls at the goddamn Red Lobster. So that shit, let's keep it 100. You're not keeping your girl from maintaining relationships with her friends. So the best way as a man or a woman, because you're not keeping your man either from having relationships with his friends, that he's going to sneak and do that shit. Set up guidelines. Set up like, you can't cross these relationship lines. We must find something to do in relationships. We must find relationship friends. We have to have friends that are in relationships that we can do relationship things with as well. You cannot stay in the house. You cannot try to keep your girl in the house because you're keeping her away from her friends. So either you have to be her best friend, which you should be anyway, in which case y'all have to do things on your own. You have to, as a couple, find people of like mind and like activity so you can do those type of things together. And then every once in a while, if you want to go hang out with Tamika, who can't seem to find a fucking man, go right ahead. Because I feel secure enough in this relationship that when you do, that one night ain't going to make you flip the script on me and slide Bobby from the bar your number. I have to have that kind of confidence, that kind of respect for this relationship and respect for you that you're going to do the right thing if I'm not looking. Every night, that's a red flag. Bitch, you going out every night with your friends, you don't want to be here. This isn't where you want to be. If you want to go out with your single friends every night, you don't want to be in a relationship. You want to be single. And by evidence of the fact that you don't want to be home or do relationship things, you want to do single people things. So you technically are probably still in your mind fucking single with a whole nigga. But every once in a while, major events, birthdays, yada, 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 yada. I'm going to have to respect the fact that she wants to do those things, and I'm going to have to give it a green light. And hope that she don't take my kindness for weakness as the same way she's going to look at me and say, I hope this nigga not taking my kindness for weakness. You can go out there, hang out with your boys, and do all the shit you want to do. Just don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me, and we good.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. And you it's a yes or no. Matter of fact, I won't do it.
No,
Let me
do
go.
it.
No. I'm gonna go a different direction. I think in this life, Rich, whether it is business, there's this old saying: "Show me who your closest friends are, and I'm gonna show you who you are." Right? All the old women always say, "Show me your 5 closest friends, and I'm gonna show you exactly who you are." I think that there's a reason why places like New York is the epicenter of the world when it comes to business.
I thought you were going to say monkeypox, but go ahead.
Nah. When it comes to business, I think that places like Atlanta, places like LA, they thrive. If you want to be a musician, if you want to be an actor, and I'm saying that to say energy, it's contagious. Energy, whatever the energy is, it's transferable. If Rich got a certain energy and I'm around Rich all day, every day, there's a good chance, just by virtue of proximity, by virtue of listening to your conversation and your dialogue, I'm going to start thinking and agreeing and moving like Rich do. Birds of a feather flock together. I think that it is necessary. If this has been a best friend since childhood, it's one thing. If this is somebody who's been around your entire life, okay. But when you get in a relationship, man or woman, it is necessary, and I'm using that word specifically, it is necessary for you to surround yourself with like minds. Because people, if you're hanging out with single people, you're going to start, even if, I don't care if you love who you with, you're going to start moving and thinking like a single person. That's just the way it is. You go to your single girlfriend, you go to your single guy friend, and you're talking to them about things that are going on in your relationship. They're giving you single person answers because they haven't been in a long-term relationship. They don't have to put up with certain things. They don't have to, because in relationship, there's give, there's take. You got to be patient. There's ups, there's downs, there's things. But you go to your best friends, your besties, they see the world different because they're not in a committed long-term relationship. So a lot of times you get bad advice. It's coming from a good place, but it ain't good for somebody who's in a relationship because they can't understand the nuances of what people who are in relationships go through. And that's factual. So I think, and you know me, Rich, for many years. If I ain't nothing else, I'm loyal. I mean, damn near to a fault. But it's certain things you can't share with people who ain't walking a mile in your shoes because they don't understand what you're going through. They don't understand the nuances of just what people in committed relationships go through. Secondarily, the old folks used to say, yo, you hang around with dogs, you're gonna get fleas. Nigga, stay too close to your boys who love the club, who love the strip clubs, who got 10 different chicks under different names in their phone. So if you see Prez call, it say Prez, but it's really Sheila or Patricia. When you still around them niggas, you start moving like them niggas, like you forget your old, you get right back into your old doggish ways. It is factual. So I do think, as loyal as I am, and I don't want to cut nobody off, sometimes you got to put space between you and people who are not walking the same road that you're walking. I think the advice sometimes is off, even if it comes from a very good place. And I think the old habits kick back in, and you find yourself, you know, we just out having drinks. Like, yeah, I came home late, but we was just having drinks. Your girl looking at you like, yo, what do you mean you was just having drinks? It's 2 a.m. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just with such and such. And we was chilling. Nigga, if you was with a dude who was in a relationship, that nigga know he need to be home by 10, 11, because that ain't what dudes in relationships do. That's what dudes who are not in relationships do. Facts. So I just think it's dangerous, and you need, especially if you are going, especially if you're really trying to make your situation work, man or woman, you need to go on that singles diet. Like you need to put them dudes or those chicks who are not walking a mile in your shoes. You need to put them in a box and understand, I can't move with you the way I used to. I can't even come to you for advice because you don't, like, you ain't going through it. Especially if you ain't never been here before. So I think it's necessary. But go ahead, it seems like you got a thought on this.
Because you just disregarded everything I said.
What are you talking about?
I said you have to have a medium. I said you have to do like-minded things with like-minded people. You
but I never said you was wrong. I didn't say you were wrong. I didn't say you were wrong.
Oh, because I agree with you. I agree with everything you said.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you. I wasn't contradicting you.
Okay, if you're solely doing that, that is 100% problem. If you're solely taking advice from Tamika, who ain't got no dude, or Lewis, who ain't got no woman, you are solely gonna get bad advice. That's 100% correct. You have to do things with like-minded people. I agree with you. You have to take it, but I'm a firm believer also that you can't cut those people off cold turkey, because then you're gonna have a girl that's sneaking around, or a dude that's sneaking around to hang around with people. They're gonna be sneaking outside and acting like they're someplace that they're not, and doing things. If you want the full transparency, you have to give niggas enough rope to hang themselves, whether it be men or women. You have to give them enough rope to hang themselves. I'm giving you.
I agree. I don't think you should cut them off cold turkey. I think that there's a place for them. I think
Correct.
that there is a place. You know, Rich, niggas who've been locked up, niggas who've been on drugs, niggas who are fighting demons. The first thing they tell you when you are truly trying to make real change, you gotta change people, places, and things. You gotta change the peoples you was with, the places you used to hang out, and the things that you used to do. Because if you don't, you are going to fall victim to all of the things that you are trying your best to get away from. So if you remove the temptation, if you remove the like-mindedness, because if you're trying to get out the streets and all you hang around with street niggas, they move a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
They move the way you once moved. Yo, I'm out here, I'm trying to get money, I'm hustling, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But if you're trying to go a different direction and they're not on that same page, how long do you think it's before you start looking at what they got and start looking at that $8, $9, $10, $15 an hour you bringing home and start to say, yo, I remember when I was making in an hour what I just made all day. I like this don't work. And you start going back to that same thing. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm with you 100%. You ain't said nothing wrong. You ain't gotta cut them off cold turkey, but you gotta know where to place these friends.
Agreed.
Especially if you're trying to make a real commitment to change and make your situation work.
Agreed. I agree with that. It's so much.
Fair enough. Okay. I don't know where we are on the clock, but I'm gonna play something you sent me.
Okay.
This is probably gonna piss a bunch of people off, but it is what it is. It's the boys club. This is what we do. God willing, you can hear this. So everybody, please try to listen to the phone. And Rich, I want your thoughts on this. You ready?
All right.
All right, y'all, it's time for my rant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell what I feel.
Hey, TD Jakes, interesting. He said something very interesting.
We're raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house, but until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
Okay.
Okay, so could you hear that, or do I need to bring it back? Because this is going, I know this is going to touch a nerve out there. Was it loud and clear, or do we need to bring that back?
If y'all heard Reverend TD Jakes, give us the hearts or the thumbs up or whatever y'all do. So everybody heard him. The shit is going crazy in the hearts. Okay, so everybody heard him. Okay.
Go ahead, Rich.
You go first.
Yo, I agree with him. I do agree with him. I don't care. I know. Rich, you know me. I'm old fashioned, man. I believe. I don't have a problem with my woman going out there and killing it, making real money, going out there, climbing the corporate ladder, doing her thing. God bless you. But I damn sure don't want you to confuse who you are in that boardroom and walk in this door and start moving with that independent spirit, with that I could do bad all by myself. What have you done for me lately? All this old BS that society has thrown into our women. And I know I gotta tread lightly, but take it for however you want. The same women who buy into this crap when they get exactly what they want, which is being alone, I can do bad all by myself. I'm walking around here strutting. I'm VP at this place. I make this amount of money, this, that, and the third. And now you by yourself and you're mad. So you got exactly all of the stuff that you boasted and bragged about, but when you got it, you're pissed off that you got it. I think that it is okay to make that money. I think it's okay to be ambitious. I think it's okay to be driven. I think it's okay to chase your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. But in relationships, nigga, I want a woman. I don't want a boss beat. I don't. You know, they run around with hashtag boss BITCA. I don't want, like, get out of here with that. Get out of here with all of this independent. Beyonce, that was her song, independent women or whatever the chick been wiped up since she was 20 years old. Let's be clear. She's selling y'all on that bull crap. You know, it killed me because what is the girl's name? The city girl chick. They hot girl standing there selling y'all on that BS. And meanwhile, she asking Diddy, well, what are we? What are we doing? Oh, we go together. Nigga, I thought it was hot girl summer. Be real clear. It is okay to get your money. It's okay to be a boss. But if you got a good man, and here's the deal, right? A nigga, whether he making real money or he not, he want a woman on his arm. Like I want femininity. I want somebody who has a soft side, who don't feel like they gotta march up and down our home acting like I'm good. You ask them what's wrong, nothing. I'm good. If that's the case, I might as well just go out there and be with a man. I don't need to be in this relationship with you. And it don't have nothing to do with, and here's the deal, and I think it's dangerous because women have been sold this crap for so long that they started to believe this. They started to think that being solo is okay. Showing your femininity, your softness, being able to be submissive to your man is a bad thing. On what planet is that? Especially if you got a good man. Especially if you got a man who is about his business and he ain't out there running around on you. He ain't out there putting his hand on you. He's not embarrassing you in the street. And what planet is it okay to bring that energy from the outside because you making a few dollars into your house? And I think when those women, and we have worked with those women, Rich, find themselves alone, they're confused because society has told them this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. This is how you're supposed to be moving. But they still women. At the heart of it all, and I say this every single week, I believe a woman wants to be in love with a man, and I believe a man wants to be in love with a woman if he finds the right thing. at the nucleus of the atom. So when they get all of that other stuff and they posturing and moving and they like, yo, damn, I'm going from dude to dude to dude. You know what they say? Oh, he just couldn't handle a strong woman. Oh, he couldn't handle that I was making more money than him. Oh, he couldn't handle that I was ambitious. Oh, he couldn't handle that my checks are bigger than his. No, he didn't want to handle you. He did not want to deal with the BS that you come with. He did not want to deal with a chick that reminds him of a dude and he ain't gay. So go ahead, take you, your bank account, and your VP stripes and find somebody who do want that. And that's just facts. But go ahead.
All right. So, I don't disagree with you. I think what TD Jakes was saying was exactly what you're saying. I think what he was saying was, first of all, your man should be your biggest fan. You should be your man's biggest fan, first and foremost, before we even go into anything else. And I know I'm up against the clock, so I know y'all telling me I'm up against the clock. So if your man is your biggest fan, you shouldn't have to come home with that, I just got beat up at work, I'm a black woman, all the things that was going on in your life 4 hours ago, you shouldn't have to bring those things home because I'm your biggest fan. If you coming to me and you telling me how rough your day was, if you coming to me and you telling me how these motherfuckers make you feel, that's one thing. But if you come home and you're trying to emasculate me by making me feel the way those dudes wouldn't let you feel at work because they disrespect the title, they disrespect you because you're a woman, they disrespect you because you're a black woman, you should not have to come home and do that to me. So if you come home and do that to me, I'm never going to be okay with it. I don't give a shit if you make $200 million. If you come home to me and you emasculate me by what you're doing at work, all because it's a self-esteem or insecurity or defense mechanism because these white fools at work or these black dudes at work, whoever, made you feel shitty and wouldn't give you the respect that you feel like you deserve. So now you're going to come home and beat me in the head with it. You dead wrong. Because first of all, I'm your biggest fan. So you you don't have to do that with me. You don't have to poke your chest out with me. You don't have to come home and make me feel like you got to regulate my house and your house because you couldn't regulate the job that you was at earlier that day. That's the problem. That's what I think happens to women.
You still here?
Place, and then they try to bring it, huh?
I said, I'm letting you know you still here.
Okay, and they try to bring it home, and it's like it becomes confrontational and competitive. And I tell you this all the time, we have this conversation. Relationships cannot be competitive. You cannot be in a relationship where you feel like you are competing with your man. If you are not your man's biggest fan and he ain't your biggest fan, you niggas don't need to be together. Because that is a recipe for disaster, to come home and poke each other's chest out and try to figure out who versus who, who regulates, who does better, who's this and who's that. All that is you bringing them insecurities from your workplace to your home. That's when the shit goes left. That's when the shit dies, and that's when the shit is over. So I would 100% agree with you. My only thing is that TD Jakes was coming from a place of, to me, he was coming from a place of not understanding. Like he should have, to me, you preface it by saying, I'm your biggest fan. So don't do that to me. Don't treat me like you treat them niggas in the street. Don't treat me like you treat them folks out in the street. You don't have to treat me like that. Don't do me like that. Leave work at the door. Leave that shit up at Wall Street or wherever you at. Leave it there. Because you bringing it home is going to ruin our happy home. Because you coming home acting like you got to boss me around because them dudes over there, from 9 to 5 wouldn't let you boss them around, and your title is that of a person that should be able to boss people around, I don't work for you. I don't care if you make $200 million and I make 50 cents. I don't work for you. This is a relationship, and within this relationship, if you don't feel like you are getting the respect that you deserve from me, then you need to leave. And if I feel like you bossing me around, or you trying to be the powerful person in the relationship, then I'm finna leave. Because you're not finna emasculate me because them dudes don't let you get your shit off at work. Deal with that shit at work. Come home and help, and let's devise a plan to where you can get your shit off at work. Come home and let's devise a plan to where we can help you get to where you need to be. But what you're not gonna do is ever come home and make me feel less than because them dudes at work is making you feel less than. And that's what I always feel it's about. Because if you getting your shit off at work, you don't need to come home and get your shit off on me. That's dudes too. If you doing what you need to do out in them streets, you don't need, the reason to do, and I firmly believe this, the reason niggas put hands on women and all that is because they pussy. And they know that they can't put hands on the dudes out there. So they come home and they feel suckers, like suckers. You felt like a sucker all day long. And now you come home. We must have got longer, Sean, because it's 8:33. I was expecting to get clicked off.
Yep. Keep it going.
So, if you are out there and you feel like a sucker and you're going to come home and you're going to try to bring that out on your woman. You're going to try to bring that out on your children. You're going to try to bring that out on your dog. Because you feel a way about how you were treated earlier. That's why women do it. Women feel like at the workplace, they aren't respected. They aren't given the power that they have earned.
I got to cut in, Rich. I got to cut in.
Go ahead.
I think that's some bull crap. I do. I think it's some bull crap. Nigga, it might be a percentage of women who feel that I'm not getting the respect at work, but there's a lot of boss chicks out there who do get the respect, and they have just bought into a narrative that are keeping them single. You say the word submissive, and a chick is ready to elbow you in the face. What submissive to who? When did this become a bad word? When it's not always about not getting respect out there, so I'm gonna come home and take it out on you, because men been doing that for years and they don't get a pass for that either. A nigga walk outside, he the lowest person on the totem pole at his job, he been getting told what to do, this, that, and then he want to come in and raise hell every night, throw stuff, where's my food at, this, that, and the third. You don't get a pass for that. But there is a narrative that I think is self-destructive to women who want to be in relationships. That all of this symbolism in the ideals of independent women and what have you done for me lately, and I can do bad by my damn self, and this, that, and the third. All of that has got women confused in how they should act in a relationship. That is facts. Whether people want to agree with it or not, it is, if you're being fed a narrative long enough, you start to believe that narrative. Whether, Trump got people believing that to this day that the election was stolen. A bold-faced lie. He got people believing to this absolute second something that the rest of the world knows is absolutely false. But if you put that out there and you plant them seeds long enough, however preposterous it is, it becomes reality. And I'm saying we speak to women from a man's point of view. And I just think that it is, I think that there has been a narrative put out there that is damaging to women who are trying to find real men. I think real men want real women. And I don't care if a man is the CEO of a company, if a man makes, you know, if he's a high value man, this, that, and the third. Yo, when you walk in this house, this is about me and you. Like come in here and treat me like the queen that I am. It's the same thing with a woman. You what's wrong with I'm hungry? Can you make me a sandwich? Nigga, you got two hands? You can't make it yourself? You moving around the house like you on the yard. Or you a child locked up, bopping around the house. What? Like who wants that in a relationship? Don't no man want that. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be a woman. It's okay from a man's standpoint and a woman's standpoint to allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's okay. And I think that we have got this freaking, that the whole world is so upside down. And that's why you see less and less people are in successful relationships. And they don't know why. And then when we have conversations like this, they're pissed off because the truth is the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. And ain't nothing wrong with that. The truth is the truth. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let your guard down. It's okay. So long as that man is treating you like a woman, it's okay. Be submissive. That is not a curse word. It ain't. Being submissive does not in any way, shape, or form take away from your value as a woman. It doesn't. And it's the same thing for a man. Coming home and being vulnerable, opening up, that don't take away from your value as a man. Get out of here. And all of this, I think the world is upside down, and you know, TD Jakes touched on something that don't nobody want to talk about. But it's just amazing how our grandparents were married for 50 years. It's just amazing how our great-grandparents were married for 50 years. But all of a sudden, you know, in the 70s and RESPECT, the 60s and all that crap start coming around. Now, it's a bunch of single mothers because fathers is like, yo, I'm not, and this is, I'm getting way off with this, but dudes ain't sticking around. Like, nah, like I'm not gonna be in a relationship with another man. I'm sorry. And that's just the way dudes look at it. Again, Rich.
I agree with you. Let's preface this by saying that. Let's start this whole second part by saying that. I do agree with you. But I think where you go wrong is in your reflection, in your retrospect. You start thinking about relationships and how they used to be. You start thinking about how they were so successful and what made them successful. So it's almost like when these basketball dudes these days, they get mad when you start comparing eras. Don't compare our era to that era. It's a different era. It was, the people were different. The way people were brought up is different. The way people thought is different. The way people, all that is different. Playing back then was totally different than the way we play basketball today.
Rich, hold your thought. Everybody, please, if you're trying to get in the conversation, hit the request button. It's the plus button down below. Hit the request button. If you're trying to get in the conversation, you must be in a place that's well lit. You must have good cellular signals or Wi-Fi, great Wi-Fi signal. You have to look into the camera. We do not talk to an empty screen, and you must have a question. Go ahead, Rich. After this, we'll go to the questions.
So the bottom line is that I 100% don't please on this chat room, do not say add me. Do what Sean just said. Follow the instructions and hit the camera down there with the plus sign. We don't need 50,000 people saying add me, add me, add me, and then when I go into the category to find you, there's nobody there, and we end up with SB and freaking Duchess on again like we have. If you have a question, go into the questions. Nothing wrong with SB and Duchess. I'm just saying those are the regulars, right? Or Antoinette. Anyway, what I was saying is this. I 100% agree with you. And there's something to be said about relationships and the success of said relationships. But I'm a firm believer that those days are now over. They're over for multiple reasons. They're over because of social media. They're over because people feel that the way everything is so publicized and promoted and put out there that it's like me against the world. I'm in competition all day, every day. I'm on competition when I go to my Instagram. I'm in competition with cars and food and trips. When I'm in competition when I'm in the streets, at the red light, at the Exxon station. My shoes ain't better than yours. My car's not nicer than yours. My jewelry ain't shinier than yours. All of that creates a sense of competition. And what happens is you bring that shit home with you. And before you know it, you start feeling away. You start feeling away. And I agree with you, Sean. I 100% agree with you. That don't nobody want to come home to no fucking this, that, do this. Why you can't do it yourself? Da, 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 da. This is a relationship that we're supposed to be trying to make each other happy. So if I'm not here to, but respect me as a man, and I respect you as a woman, because I'm not here to appease you or cater to you. We are here to do a 150% reciprocal relationship. What you give is what you get. So if you come in here and you start acting bossy and acting like you got issues or what's going on at work, you bring that shit and you can't leave it at the front door, I'm finna give you that same fucking energy back. I'm finna give you that same energy back. Because at the end of the day, like you always say, I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. And you're not finna come in here and degrade me, emasculate me, and make me feel like I'm less than a man so I can try to make you feel like you more of a woman. Or you the woman that you deserve to be because you graduated from Yale and you got 50 million degrees and yada, 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 yada. You got to treat people the way you want to be treated. Especially in a relationship. Especially in a relationship. Because if you don't, that relationship is doomed. Because ain't no man finna listen to no woman talk down to him because she couldn't get it off at work. So she's gonna try to get it off at home. You ain't getting it off on me, beloved. It's a 50-50. So I agree with you, Sean. But what I don't agree with is how easy it is. Because the world is so competitive now. It's so competitive that it's almost hard. It's almost hard not to bring it home. I've done it to where I had to catch myself and be like, damn, yo, chill out. What you doing? You ain't that ain't right. Slow your roll, bro. You acting wild. You wilding right now. And I had to do that to myself. Because it's such a fucking rat race. See, I'm gonna take myself out of it and I'm just gonna use you as the example. You're successful. We were from an era that was previous to this, as it pertained to you gaining your success. You were making that kind of money long before I was making that kind of money. So I kind of got pushed back into this set of people. You've been getting that money for the last 20-something years, 30 years, right? So it's a big difference for how you look at it and you move. Because at this point, you run your own race. You're not in competition with nobody. If you want to move to Arizona from the Bronx, then you move to Arizona from the Bronx. You can do what you want to do. You're getting your money and it's already to a place where you have already like, I guess the kids would say you already bossed up. You already bossed up. You've been bossed up. So this whole world that they're living in now, before I started making fun of you, You never wanted to even fuck with social media. Yo, Press, come on, my nigga. You not on social media, bro? You got a whole PMI page and you got 5 followers. You don't even go on the shit. Nah, Eddie Lopez does that shit, nigga. That ain't me. Come on. I'm like, yo, come on, Sean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you was like, yo, you know what? To keep up with the Joneses and to stay relevant and to stay focused on what's going on around me and my surroundings, I gotta. So now you're doing it, and it's been about 10 years now. But now you're doing it. But your success was pre that. So you're not in this world of the whole competitive thing and everything is about this. You're not even that dude. You're not even that dude. You like your cars. You like what you like. But you're not that dude. You're not out here. We ain't never been them dudes that ran around with a shitload of jewelry and watches and pray. That's what takes you out of it. That's why you could look at it and say, don't do that shit to me. Because I'm not even him. And the people and the girls that are doing it, you don't understand that it has literally, for all of its bullshit, it has literally become part of it has literally become part of relationships. It has literally become part of day-to-day fucking activity. Everybody is competitive with everybody, bro. It's fucking sad. It's sad.
It's wrong.
And that's why
it's wrong.
I'm wrong? Go ahead, tell me
No,
why.
I said it is wrong. Not you're wrong.
Oh,
you're
okay,
wrong.
yeah.
It's wrong.
It's absolutely wrong. But if you look at it, the state the facts. The facts are this is the highest divorce rate of ever, if anybody in the whole ever in the history of life.
Yeah, but if that fact is accurate, which it is, then it has to tell you we're still human beings. We're still men. We're still women. Something went wrong, and I think that the more things change, the more things stay the same, bro. Like yeah, I'm with you. I hear you. I recognize what you're saying. But just because the world changed don't mean the rules of the game when it comes to dating and the way you're supposed to act in a relationship should change. A woman wants to feel loved. She wants to feel secure. She wants to feel like her man is holding her down. And the same for a man. And if you come in the house, either which one of y'all, come in the house and now you've adopted these new rules, that's why the divorce rate and the relationship success rate is the lowest it has ever been. Like just because the world changed, that don't mean that a woman don't want to feel like a woman no more. It don't mean that a man don't want to feel like a man no more. It's just off, man. And I could tell y'all that. And then I really want to bring these callers in, Rich. Me and you've been ranting and diatribing way too long. But you know, I think that when it's all said and done, we can all learn from people who are in successful relationships. So if that means your grandparents, what were they doing that was so right that kept them together for 50 years? I understand the world changed, but something was right. There was something that they were doing in their household that was right. We're still men, we're still women. That part ain't changed. It's everything else that changed and that we are bought into in this bullcrap society. And then we run around and talk about niggas ain't ish or chicks ain't this and chicks ain't that. Like, no, like act right and you gonna get a good one and vice versa. But go ahead and let's get some callers in here.
Before, my favorite person just signed in, and I had to shout her out. Owning your happiness, Sandy Wade, what up, gal? Fiskite was good. You know what I'm saying? Every time Sandy pop up, I gotta shout her out because she's the reason we back.
No, shout to Sandy Wade. What up, Sandy?
All right, so let's bring some of these people in, bro. If y'all got a question, Sean gave you the rules. We don't want to hear no nonsense. I don't want to see no fucking ceiling fans and all that other BS. So let's get it started. Chantel, nightlife liaison. I don't know if that's even.
Let her in.
No ceiling fans. Hi, it's Princess.
No ceiling fans. What's up,
Hey.
Chantel?
Okay, so I'm glad you know me. Let's do this. First questions first. Why don't we, after each conversation ends on the previous week, find a way to roll into some of those juicy conversations into the next week? Can we work on that?
What do you
Because
mean?
the way we end some of the conversations on here is like it'd be so good, and sometimes because of the hiccups we had last week with the cutting off and on, we missed the topics, we missed the recordings, and then we couldn't even get to the response of some of them good questions. That's the first thing.
Gotcha.
So can we find a way to do that?
Okay. All right.
And then second, let's go back to a month ago. No one asked this question. What age do you both individually define as the age of accountability to make these decisions as men, on how you decide on when you stop playing, when you have time to play? In that time frame of Rich said, what, a year of dating a person or knowing a person before you decide to date them, right? What is the age of accountability for these changes to be into effect? Because when you're 20, you're still playing as men. You know what I mean? You're coming into your own. When you're 30, 32 to 35, you're still acknowledging some changes business-wise, depending on your support system. So what age do you think having a support system is the proper age of accountability to not bullshit versus somebody from the hood that doesn't have that support system? I understand growth doesn't have a time limit, but because of the way you give your own advice, and I listen to what both of you say we're too old to do this, we're too old to do that. Then what is your individual age of accountability then to even handle any kind of bullshit relationship-wise? Once you know not to play.
That is an amazing question. Sean is going to answer you with all the enthusiasm and vigor that you are looking for, beloved.
Okay, so here we go. How long you been rocking with us on this show?
About a month and a half.
Okay, so you came in a little late. We forgive you. But it's something Rich and I always say. You know, maturity. I think people confuse maturity with an age. And you can't do that. That is setting yourself up for failure off the rip. And what I mean by that is there are 20-year-olds who are super mature and they ready to put a ring on it, and they will go out there and do everything that they can do to raise their family and be the best husband, man that they could possibly be. And then you got a 50-year-old who rocking his hat to the back, who still want to hang out, be relevant, still want to prove how many women he can get, and that nigga ain't never grow up. So when you ask what is the age of accountability, I think that that's the wrong question.
Incorrect.
I think that the right question is, why do men who are not ready for real accountability get into relationships? Why don't they just stay single? Just say, yo, I'm not ready for that yet. Because that's the best way to do it. If you can be honest with yourself, a woman wouldn't even be mad at you if you was like, yo, you know what? I know what you want. I just know I can't give it to you. That's self-awareness. And it is a maturity to say, I know you done gave up the box already. We should have had this talk
but I'm
before.
gonna put my brakes and fall back. I'm gonna put my brakes and fall back, period.
But truth of the matter is, most people get into situations knowing damn well they're not ready for the responsibility that comes with it.
Pause. Can I pause you real quick?
Go ahead.
All right. So let me give you a segue off of that statement.
Go ahead.
As a man who has men friends, male friends, let's say you my people, we homies, right? I know you're a respected individual. You know I'm a respected individual as well, correct? Let's say you have a friend who's 50 years old and want to play Bobo the Crown, but because Bobo wears his crown, you give him his respect because it has nothing to do with you. His life doesn't affect you. So me being your girl, I'm thinking, you know what? He's not a Bobo. And then I fucks with your friend who is a Bobo and you didn't tell me. Are you at an age of accountability to take care of your girl the same way you would take care of your guy? As a matter of fact, would you even have him around you knowing he Bobo? Because I don't want to be put in that situation trusting you. As a female who's feminine, I want to be able to, you know, support who my people are around, you know?
Rich?
What age of accountability does that fall under as a man who's a friend to the Bobo?
Okay, first of all, let me preface this by saying just because I got my hat to the back doesn't mean that Sean was talking about me.
I was trying to avoid that.
Let's start there. I'm trying to be comfortable for the fucking podcast.
Yeah, I spent my misspeak. I misspoke.
Second of all, if we had this conversation earlier and Sean said something that was really, really, really pertinent in this as it relates to what you're asking. You could tell a motherfucker who they are by who they hang around. I don't want to hang around no fools. And be quite frankly, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you ask me about my man, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell him that I told you. Yo, Shorty asked me about you, bro, but she's the type of chick that want to settle down, my nigga. I know you're not ready to do nothing like that, so you know what? I'm not even going to play this game.
Appreciate you.
What I'm not going to do is be the dude in the middle of a horrible relationship. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell him, and then I'm going to let you guys make your own decision as adults.
It's a I said what I said situation. You work with it from there.
Anyway, huh?
It's a I said what I said situation, and y'all work with it from there.
And because you're probably going to ignore me fucking anyway.
Exactly.
Because you probably were just asking the question just off of fucking GP.
And really that's usually what you get.
No
waste
real
your
reason.
oxygen.
Exactly. So now when you come back to me and be like, yo, dude did me all kinds of dirty, or he come back to me and say, Chantel did me all kinds of dirty, you know what? I told you niggas stay away from one another and you didn't listen, so you deal with your own consequences at this point. But to go back to the original point, and I'll leave it like this real quickly, relationships are all about timing. Finding a good relationship is essentially finding somebody who's in the same place that you're in. Aaliyah said it, age don't mean nothing unless you're under the age of consent.
Right.
But if you meet a girl who's worldly and been places and got her shit together, she might be more ready to settle down than you are.
Mm-hmm.
And also believe this, some people, it's sociological. Some people grew up sheltered. Some people grew up in the streets. If you grew up in the streets, I would venture to say you're more mature. You've seen it. Mm-hmm. You've done it. You've been doing it. So the chances of a girl who started dating when she was 14 still wanting to play the game at 30 is a lot different than a girl who was sheltered and never had her first date until she graduated college because her father was on her ass every day.
Which would be you, right?
Just where
the one giving up the flags for the daughter. That would be you, though, in a sense, because, you know, you kind of put that flag up for your daughter. So now I didn't put no
flag up for my daughter. My daughter was dating. My daughter knew the red flags that dudes was coming with. She was dating. So now she has been given the knowledge to go out and sift through the bullshit to get to the right dude. Right. That doesn't mean that I sheltered her. I never told Ashley when she could and could not date. As a matter of fact, I was an ally for Ashley starting early. Not fucking early, but starting early. Because I feel like I had equipped her with the information to go out there and handle herself.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to take everybody else's time up, so when you're done, we can end this too.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm not going to take up everybody else's time because we don't normally get in everybody else's time, and I've been keeping up with the time, so.
But that's where we at. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Prez. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you. Talk to y'all in a minute.
All right, mama.
Thank you, Chantel.
All right, bye, baby.
She has some great questions, Rich.
That was was a good question.
Yeah.
All right, Danielle Gilliam, let's see what you got. Danielle Gilliam. Is she in the room? Danielle Gilliam? All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, no Danielle. Moving on. Nurse Shorty J. Nurse Shorty J. Nurse Shorty J declined. So why would you send a request and then decline? Okay.
Oh my goodness. If you're trying to get in the conversation, please hit the plus button below.
Sharice Hall. We got a lot of people in there. Sharice Hall. Now we're saying people unable. Okay, there you go. Sharice Hall. The first and foremost, we starting with the freak. She don't even got good Wi-Fi, bro.
All right, exit out. Sharice, try to get back in if you can.
Pretty eyes. Come on, get your Wi-Fi together, beloved. Valerie Yvette. Valerie Yvette is Valerie Yvette. Okay. So let's see here. Y'all about to make me X this shit out. That's another person down. Sister Puss. Sister Puss. Okay, you in here saying don't skip you. I ain't skipping you. Where you at?
Hello.
Yes. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Catherine. I'm calling from upstate New York.
What's
what
up?
part? What part?
I'm in the I'm in the UT, Utica.
Oh, word.
Yes,
I used
sir.
to be in Utica.
I am. I'm from Utica.
Okay, shout to Utica. Ain't much going on out there,
Shout
though.
out to Utica. My birthday was last Friday. I made 48.
Happy belated.
Oh, happy belated.
My braid. Don't be looking at my braids, Rich, either, because I know they messed up, but that's okay. I had to work today.
This is a no judgment zone.
So wait, I just wanted to go back to this question with this submissive. So I want to clear this up real quick. Because I think a lot of men think because us women, the reason why, I'm going to speak for me, the reason why I feel like the word submissive is a little too, it's just too much, because it might be because of what one man has done. And I could be real, and you know what I mean? I'm going to be real with it, right? So if I didn't ran the bath water and I didn't did all of this and I didn't did all of that and made sure your dinner and all this stuff is done, and then you out here acting stupid. Now, see, you done created what you got. You understand what I'm saying? Because I wasn't like that from the rip. You understand what I'm saying? And then I take you back after you done violated, and then you do it again. Okay, so now I'm wrong for taking you back, but I really loved you, and I wanted to make it work, so I was willing to let it, bygones be bygones and shit. And then now you acting dumb. So now I got this wall up. You understand what I'm saying? So now I got this wall up because now I see the game. I'm the only girl. I got all brothers. Okay, 5 of them. So they already done taught me. My dad done taught me. God bless his dad. He died 4 years ago. But at the end of the day, I'm at a point where I'm almost 50. I'm not no ugly bitch or no ugly female. I can go out here and guys hit on me, but now I'm sifting through. So it's okay. I'm telling all you women, it's okay to be alone until you actually are in that place where you're willing to let the guards down. Because until then, this submissive shit gotta stop. Y'all be wanting, some men be wanting mad lot, knowing they out here in these streets doing the worst. And then you mad because, like, You know, he's talking about, oh, well, the submissive, let's get it back. No, we're not going to get it back until y'all stop being out here in these streets doing the most. Now,
Dawn, she's talking to you, I think.
Word up, like, because I feel like if I'm at work, I need to have goosebumps when I'm at work and I'm thinking about you and shit. I'm supposed to be like really feeling like, oh shit, I can't wait to hear. You know what I mean? And we're supposed to miss each other. Like, I'm supposed to come home and get that water.
Can I stop you real quick?
Absolutely, Rich. Dollar with the back hat.
I don't know if you want to be talking about the goosebumps. Your daughter's on here, right? Because she said
That's
it like
okay.
this. Okay.
My daughter, yeah, and she's 29. Let me tell you. And my daughter will tell you. My daughter
she definitely
will tell
said that's
you.
my mother.
That's you damn right. That's my daughter. And I taught her, listen. Submissive. We can be submissive, but don't be on here, got me out in the street. You at the mall down the road. I'm at home running your bathwater. You out here with your side chick. But then you got the nerve to be mad talking about make you something to eat. You just drove by McDonald's when you dropped your side bitch off. So how I'm making you something to eat, bro?
Sean?
But then when we put them walls up, now niggas talk about, well, she don't do this at home. Well, I was doing it before you put your dick somewhere. You know what I'm like? I'm just keeping it real. Like, we will do all that shit that you want, but once one man creates an issue, it is very difficult for a female to just be like, all right, I'm gonna put my guards down for every man after that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna put my guards down for you, then I'm gonna need you to show me something different. I need you to make me feel like, well, damn. All right, I'm gonna put my guards down. But see, now the first goddamn gone sign that I feel, if you know what I mean, now I'm gonna be looking for shit now.
Sean?
And I know that might not be right all the time, but at least, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. But anyway, yeah, let's go back to Mr. Submissive here. Now, why you want women to be submissive?
Okay, I wanted to let you vent. Do you feel like you got it all out?
No, it depends on what you say after. It depends on what you say.
Hold on. Did you get it all out? And can you listen?
I got it out.
Okay, so I gave you the respect, and I didn't say a word because I wanted you to get it out. Do me the favor and you know, give me the same respect. I think a few things. Number one, I got a question for you before I even say what I think. How long was How long were you with your man?
Well,
it's a quick question.
For 19 years.
Okay, stop. You were with him for 19 years. Do you think if you weren't submissive, he would have cheated?
Oh, yeah, he probably would have still anyway.
Okay, stop there. You're confusing the issues. You stop. I'll let you speak.
I'm gonna shut up.
You just answered your own question.
Nah, don't try to do that reverse shit. Nah, I'm gonna tell you where it was messed up at.
Let him finish. You mind?
Okay,
you gotta let him finish.
Okay, you're right. Go ahead.
It might have been messed up that you were submissive and you did all the things as a woman you were supposed to do. But trust me when I tell you, he was gonna cheat regardless. So right now, it's okay for you. Rich and I always say, and I don't know how long you've been following us, but it's okay for you to put yourself on the bench. Meaning, if you're not ready to date, if you got walls up, if you're not ready to give your heart to another man, if you ain't ready to put yourself out there and experience the pain that comes with the possibility that somebody can do what this man did to you, sit your behind on the bench. Sit down.
That's where I've been.
Hold on. Just for a second. Sit down. So you sitting here and you saying, I did the right thing. I did the right thing, but I got the wrong result. That don't mean you don't do the right thing again. There's plenty of scenarios in this world where we all do the right thing and we get the wrong result. That don't change the fact that now I'm supposed to change the person I am. Now I'm not supposed to go out there and put my best foot forward, because the last time I did, it didn't work out for me. There are people who go to work every single day and they work hard and they're there early and they work late and they're doing all the right thing. And then when it comes for a time for a promotion, the person who got there 6 months ago gets it. Does that mean you don't go in and continue to work hard and do everything you're supposed to do? No. It means you don't change who you are and stop doing the right thing because you got the wrong reaction. So when you're saying about, I don't want to be submissive because he cheated on me, that nigga was going to cheat on you anyway.
Well,
Let's be clear. Hold on, let me speak. Let me speak.
Okay, hurry up, because you
He was going to cheat on you anyway. Your problem, which you don't want to acknowledge, and the reason I asked you, how long have you been listening to me and Rich? You took him back, and you get what you accept. You accepted. You can think that you agree, just don't say it, because you're throwing me off. You get what you accept. You were the one who took that man back. You were the one who was humiliated, and your heart told you, oh, I want him because we've been together for 19 years or whenever, and we got kids together. Get out of here with all that. The bottom line is, women, listen up. If y'all don't listen to nothing else we say, listen to this part. A man is going to give you every bit of what you accept and a little bit more. So when you took that man back, when you were humiliated, whenever he did to you and you said, come on, baby, come back to my bed, he said, oh, I got her.
Yeah.
Oh, I got her. And I'm going to give her a little bit more next time because I know it don't matter what I do. She ain't getting rid of me anyway. So when you sitting here and you putting it on you being submissive, here's the thing, girl. You did the right thing. You did. You just did it with the wrong person. It is that simple. So when you are sitting on the bench, get to a place that you could bring your walls down, but don't change who you are because of the last nigga. Don't change who you are as a human being and as a good woman. That should make you all the more reason to be even better so that you can show this nigga what he done missed out on. But do not let a man change you, especially when you were doing right. So you coming up in here talking this crazy talk about submissive this and submit. Get it. The bottom line is you did the right thing. You did. Where you went wrong is you took him back and you got exactly what you accepted.
So you're saying basically, even if somebody cheats or do whatever in a relationship, you just supposed to leave? Like, if your wife cheated on you, or if your wife lied to you, you just gonna dip after 20 years? I'm waiting. Crickets.
No, it ain't crickets. It is you don't watch our show. You slow down.
Are you?
If you ask a question, I'm about to put you on mute. So slow down. Now, you had your moment. Now just calm down. You don't watch our show, and you really need to get addicted to this freaking show. You do. You do. So the bottom line is, and what you're not hearing, you're going to get what you accepted. And I think with women in particular, look at the way you keep leading. You keep saying after 19 years, after 20 years, so what? I don't care if it was after 50 years. Y'all place too much value on how long y'all have been with a man. We say this every single week. That's y'all favorite line. I've been with him for 7 years. I gave him 10 years of my life. So what? It didn't work. It didn't work. Man up, woman up, and do what you gotta do. But all of that, I've been with the person for X amount of years. That is a factor, but it should not be the greatest factor that keeps you there. And that's where y'all make your mistake all the time because you place too much value in how long you've been giving the butt to this dude. Even if he has been giving his thing away for 95% of your relationship, you look at it like I've been with you for 10 years. For 9.5 years, he been out there playing the streets. So what? You gonna lean on the fact that you was with him for 10 years? It don't make sense.
Well, I'm not.
But
I'm not saying by no means. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, he might have did some shit in the relationship, but I sure as fuck wasn't no angel either. Okay, because you're not just gonna do me dirty. So if I'm gonna take you back, we young as fuck. We was young. I'm gonna take you back. Then damn it, you gonna take what I dished out, and we gonna stay together, and we gonna be miserable if that's the fucking case. Since you don't want to leave and I don't want to leave, then so be it. But what you're not gonna do going forward, I'm single. And I'm single by choice because you know why? It's a lot of energy to put into trying. I don't have the energy. Look, we can be friends with benefits and I can go on home. And if God want me to be with somebody, that's what the hell he gonna do. In the meantime, I don't have time to sit here. I ain't raising nobody else's son. I got one son and 3 girls. I'm not doing it. Y'all men want us to be submissive, but maybe it's the area we live in. I don't know. Because women here in Utica, we outnumbered, and
you have completely.
Here, they not submissive worthy.
Okay, what's your name? What's your name? What is your name?
I'm Catherine.
Catherine. I think that you just said. I think you said Catherine, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes.
I think you just said a mouthful. And I want to say it back because you're so busy. You're on one and you're ranting.
Why you mad? You can't be mad.
I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying. Yo, would you, Rich, put on mute because she don't listen. Then slow down. You just said they're not submissive worthy, and that is the truth. So don't. This is why we say that if you gonna lay with a man, if you gonna give yourself to a man, if you gonna be in a relationship with him, make sure he is worthy of that. You just answered your own question. Everybody ain't submissive worthy. Everybody ain't worthy to get the best of your body, to get the best of your lovemaking. Everybody's not willing to get the best of your time. And you can't be mad when you make the decision to give your body, your lovemaking, your time to somebody who's not worth it. You can't. How the hell are you going to be mad at them? Be mad at you.
I'm not mad at anything. I'm happy.
You mad.
I'm happy to be on. I'm happy to be on the line because I've been requesting No. Wait, y'all missed out on a true point. Did anybody bother to ask me how long we haven't been together?
You said 19 years.
No, I said we were together for 19 years, but you didn't say how long have you been not with him. So the mad shit go away after a year or two. Me and this nigga been separated for 10 years. Catherine Gucci. You understand what I'm saying? Don't ever forget that.
Catherine.
I was just bringing up the point of submissiveness because me and my daughter was talking about submissiveness a couple of months ago when that other guy was on the live. And at the end of the day, I ain't being submissive to nobody that ain't gonna motherfucking take care of me, period, point blank. I take care of you, you take care of me, that's that, period. That's it. Hi, Rich Dollar. Rich Dollar.
Nigga, you big man.
Turn your fucking head around. How about that? Turn your goddamn head around. Turn that fucking head around. Turn that fucking head around. Stop playing with me.
You are going on a whole tangent.
Listen, no, for real. All jokes aside, no, I'm just
don't
joking.
Be submissive.
Listen,
You're
I'm just hyped to be on here. Listen, I'm just hyped.
You are wilding out. Catherine,
I'm just hyped to be on here. Turn your head around, Rich.
Rich, you do realize you can mute her, right? You do realize
that. You gotta mute me. I'm just playing with y'all.
Yo, Rich, you are hilarious.
No, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm just joking.
You are drinking Mad Dog 2020 out of a fucking Sonic cup.
No, she got nutcracker. That's a nutcracker, Rich. She's sipping on a nutcracker and call it in.
It's water.
I know what vodka looks like.
Listen, I just
That's
wanted
what vodka look like.
I just wanted to address the submissive part because I think men think that us black women don't want to be submissive, and it's not that. Us women, us black women we've done all of that shit. Because in the beginning of a relationship, y'all can't front. In the beginning, it's always roses and peaches and cream and shit until somebody do some fucked up shit, and then everybody walking around with the silent treatment, not doing the shit that they did in the beginning, and that is the problem. There's no communication, all jokes aside. So even if I took you back, okay, and you swore on your mama and your daddy that you was, I'm sorry, baby, da 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 da, and then you do it again, that's when I should have left. I should have left then. I get it. But
that
at
was
the end
what,
of the
15
day,
years ago?
No, we broke up 10 years ago almost. My daughter will be 19.
So you should have left it 15 years ago is what you're saying.
I should have left. No, I'm gonna tell you, honest to God, I'm glad my kids is here, but I should have left his ass before and one of them was like, let's just keep it real. Like, but you know what? You're young, you do stupid shit, you stay with people, you just doing the most, and then you fast forward real quick. Now you're 48. But look, I'm 48, but I don't look 48, and I'm doing fine. I'm happy. I don't have none of the drama. I ain't got to be questioning nobody. It is peaceful. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying is the submissive part, the mistake is men think that we don't want to be submissive to them, and it's not that. It's whatever you have done to make me not want to be submissive to you. That is the problem. That's it.
Okay.
All right,
Do you want to say something before we let you? Rich, you got something to say, and then I'll end it.
No.
And all y'all motherfuckers in the comment, bitch, I ain't hurting about nothing. Y'all better worry about.
Okay, hold on.
I ain't got no man. Y'all talking shit in the.
Okay, go ahead, Rich. Let's end it.
Catherine, this is a PG program, beloved. Catherine is wilding. Catherine came in the chat and told all the women in the chat, all 280 of them, stop being submissive.
You know, while you go ahead and bring the next person in. Here's what I say, man. You think that men haven't been cheated on? You think men haven't been done dirty? It shouldn't change. If you're doing the right thing, keep doing the right thing. You know, that was one experience. She said it best. Every man is not submissive worthy. I don't have no problem with that. I think she's dead right. Every man ain't submissive worthy. So don't be submissive to every man. Vet him out. And when you find a man that treats you the way you need to be treated, the way you want to be treated, don't not give the best of yourself because the last dude was a piece of crap. That's my only thing.
Oh, what's up, guys? I didn't even know I was on the camera. Hey, Rich Dollars.
We can't see you.
Why can't we see you, love? We can't do this. We can't do this conversation. If you're not going to put yourself on the screen, we can't do this. With the little profile picture and shit.
You
Turn
said
on
why?
your
I can't hear you.
All right.
Turn on your camera. Okay, Rich, let's click her out.
Okay, that's moving on. Moving right along. Come on, guys. I don't know why this is so hard, yo. I swear I don't.
Hit the plus button below, the request button. Let us know you're trying to get in the conversation. But if you're trying to get in, please be available.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna let you in because I just happened to see you. I just happened to see you, CEO, whatever. I just clicked you on. My man, what's up,
gentlemen?
We normally don't let you make this good.
No, it's cool. No. I just wanted to comment on Shorty, and I don't want to pile on or nothing, but she's definitely still hurting. And the reason why I have a comment about her specifically is because the way that she was acting and reacting to what he was saying. It's women like that who make it hard to be in a relationship because she hasn't healed yet. So she's going to take every situation that she's been through and put it on that next man. And that's why I made the comment of don't turn your new man into your last man, because you're going to give him all that negative energy that you got, that she had for just y'all. in the conversation. And y'all just, you know, doing the observation like y'all supposed to, you feel me? And you know what I mean? Like I don't understand that. Like, but that's the perfect example of how relationships go bad instantly from the beginning, because now you're not giving that man a chance to be who he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And in my experience, I'm 41. I've been with my girl 18 years. None of that shit matters if things are messed up between us. And none of that matters. Like, you understand what I mean? We got a kid together. We've lived together since damn near day one. You understand what I mean? But if she wasn't doing the things that she needed to do as a woman, then I wouldn't have been with her, and vice versa. You understand what I mean? And I'm one of them dudes who it took me a long time to mature. It took me a long time to realize her worth in our relationship. It took me a very long time, about 15 years of those 18 years. You understand what I'm saying? But I had to heal mentally. She had to heal mentally, and we had to grow together. We raised each other. So now she raised me into the man that she wanted me to be for her, the best man that I could be for her. And that's where a lot of women, you know, get it twisted or whatever. They fall in love with a man's representative and not who that man truly is, or they fall in love with a man's potential and don't fall in love with who he truly is. You look past all of those red flags because you say, oh, I could probably make him into this, or, you know, I could probably take, you know, do this or do that, or whatever the case may be. And you're not giving that man an honest road to drive down. You're putting obstacles in his way that you had in your last relationship. You know what I'm saying?
What's your name, brother?
The CEO is K-Pound. And Rich, we know each other. You know what I'm saying? Benzino's the homie. We met, well, not we know each other, but we met each other a couple times.
Okay, okay.
But where you coming in from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, much respect, man. You that honesty is real and your perspective is real. You know, typically Rich and I, we don't even let men into this show because they come in here and they so off with their perspective. But obviously, you and your wife, y'all got so much time in, and you've grown, you've matured. So I think that what you just said, the perspective that you just shared, you know, I think a lot of women on this live can really benefit from your perspective. So thank you.
Well, I mean, no problem. I would hope so, man. I just want people to, like, I want a lot of women to take accountability too. Like, you know, men are definitely the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? We definitely the problem, because as a man, it was hard for me to take responsibility for the negative things that I was bringing into the relationship. She had to tell me that, but what you don't understand is when you're in a relationship, a man and a woman is a mirror. I'm showing you what you're doing wrong, and you're showing me what I'm doing wrong. All you got to do is listen, and it's hard for men to listen. I understand that, definitely. Like, I respect that, but it's a patience thing. Patience and communication is the two most important things in a relationship. It ain't sex, it ain't this, it ain't that, it ain't what you can provide. It's listening, because if I know how to treat you, if you tell me how to treat you, I shouldn't have to guess. Like, you know what I mean? So now when I mess up, it's on me. I have to take accountability because you told me what you wanted. So if I'm not giving it to you, I'm not giving it to you on purpose. You know, that's what I had to realize with me and her. Like, I had to look in the mirror, and she is my mirror. She's only going to act the way that I let her act, and vice versa. I'm only going to act the way she lets me act. That's how you know what I mean? That's how I see it. So I appreciate y'all. Hey, Rich, make sure you follow me back too. I got some things I need to holler at you about.
All right, my nigga, say less. I got you.
For sure, one.
That was dope. And the only reason I let him in is because he said, yo, stop. Why you ignoring my thing? And I actually had just read it and was like, you know what? I'm going to let him in. But now we got a bunch of people on here now. Shit. All right, sister. Getting your joy in life. Getting your joy in life? I don't know. I don't know if I said that right, but I guess she's not there. If y'all want to be in the chat, please send your request to the little plus button at the bottom. But I know that this one right here is chomping at the bit, so I'm going to go ahead and let her in. This is about the third request I've gotten from SB. SB, where you at?
Happy Wednesday.
What up, SB?
Hey, so I do have a question, but I wanted to start off with with the conversation that was going on earlier about single people intertwining and being friends with people that are in relationships and the type kind of advice that they get from their single friends. And although I'm single, I just wanted to say, although I'm single, when I'm speaking to my friends in a relationship, but because they're venting to me about what's going on in their relationship, I always try to give an objective opinion. And just because I'm single, I'm not giving them, oh, fuck him, girl, leave him, just because I'm single. I always try to give an objective opinion. And realistically, my opinion is mostly based off of if he's a good guy or not. Like, if your friend is constantly coming to you with bad news about a guy, naturally you're gonna say, this guy's no good, he's bad news, get rid of him. And if he's a good guy, then you like, you should work it out, you guys could figure it out, etc., etc. I don't think that you necessarily are gonna get single people's advice if you're talking to someone of sound mind or a mature person just because they're single. So that was my opinion on that. But my question is, okay, so you say age is nothing but a number, and it's about where two people are at in their lives. So if you're dealing with two mature people and, they pretty much know what they want, you guys are pretty clear, like, I like you, you like me. Is there such thing as, ruining the situation or ruining your chances by sleeping with them too soon? Like, is there such thing as that? Like, if we're two mature people, I like you, you like me, does it matter that I sleep with you right away if we're both on the same page? Or it seems like we're both on the same page? I feel like that's more of a guy thing, where if a woman sleeps with him right away, she kind of gets like looked at a certain type of way. Like, is that like a like a universal thing, or is it like, listen, I don't care when you slept with me, I like you, you like me, the sex was good, so it's just an add-on and we can move forward? Or is it like, I did like you, but you slept with me too soon, so now I don't know how I feel about you?
You want that, Rich, or you want me?
I'll give you a brief one. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters when you sleep with somebody, contingent upon your relationship, contingent upon how y'all are meeting, how y'all are vibing, and how everything is. There is such thing as sleeping with somebody too fast, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I haven't slept with a girl and then thought about the next day and was like, oh, I like her. And I got past the amount of time it took to sleep with her, or I would like to see what's up with her. I think as you get older and you have a respect for adults doing what they want to do in that moment, then I think it's not like you're a kid and you're like, yo, I smashed on the first date, I can't never fuck with her. As you get older, you get beyond that. I think to me, you get beyond that. And I think that you can sleep with somebody on the first night and that person could still call you tomorrow. I don't think that they're not, or you could sleep with somebody on the first night and that person not call you. I think all relationships are different. All scenarios are different. Sometimes it's just the vibe. Sometimes it's love at first sight. Sometimes it's just what it is. I can't really explain it. But for me personally, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I ain't never slept with a girl in the first week and I didn't want to call her the next day. So I don't know, Sean.
Esby, and this is going back to when we all first met. You said you were engaged and your fiance passed away, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How long were you with your fiance?
I'm sorry?
How long were y'all together before he passed?
So, like, I'll just say overall, collectively, friendship and interrelationship, everything, about 7 to 10 years. Okay.
I want to first attack what you said earlier about, I guess you're talking about yourself when you're like, yo, you might be single, but you give good advice to your friends, even though you're single.
Right.
I don't want you to misunderstand what Richie and I were talking about. And maybe we didn't make ourselves as clear as we should have. there are single people who have been in long-term relationships like yourself, and you understand what it is to be in a long-term relationship. And now you're just looking for that right person so that I could be in a long-term relationship again. That's fair. But then there are people who think they've never been in a long-term relationship. They don't even want to be in a long. They think like single people, and those people are dangerous. And those are the ones when we say take a single diet, or you need to understand that there's a certain perspective that you're going to get from somebody who's never. They don't even want what you. They're trying to do everything possible not to be committed because they're still enjoying the life that they have. So you being a person that was in a relationship, unfortunately your fiance passed, you are going to come from a perspective that, like, I get it. You know, I can think like somebody who was in a committed situation. So that's number one. But number two, I think you got something confused, and I want to clear it up because there's somebody who's listening to this conversation who's going to get it all mixed up. You're confusing. You said the length of time that it takes for two, and make sure I got this right. The length of time it takes for two people to sleep together if they're on the same page. Did I get that correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. What does on the same page mean?
I mean, like in a certain stage of life, maturity.
No, see, just hear me out, because that was rhetorical. It wasn't meant for you to answer.
Oh, it wasn't a real question.
What does being on the same page mean? And what I mean by that is we might be on the same page that we're just sleeping together. And there is no commitment after we sleep together. We might be on the same page that there's a sexual attraction that we both can't deny, but you know I'm not the kind of dude that is ready for a relationship. When you say on the same page and maturity and age, all of that stuff is cool. But this is why vetting somebody is so important and why it's so dangerous to jump into bed with somebody so early, because you can't take it back. And sometimes it does work out. You know, John Legend and his wife, Chris, whatever the woman's name is, they both said, yo, we slept together the first night. And they went off and they're happily ever after. Great. Kudos to them. But it doesn't always work out like that, because what the rules of the game that you two are playing, they have to be crystal clear before you move forward. It can't just be crystal clear that I'm attracted to you, you attracted to me, there's a sexual energy here, and I want the box. Okay, that's established. But did you establish all the other stuff? That, yo, we old enough that I want to be in a relationship. I'm looking to get married. I don't sleep around. So what I'm doing with you is really something that I am doing with you. It's not something that I do with everybody I meet. You putting the question out there and saying we're both on the same page, that you have to really make sure you are on the same page across the board and not just the physical side, because this is where women get so jammed up, and you can't use the fact that we're older and you know, it should be all right that we sleep together early, this, that, and the third. Do you, if that's what you want. But don't be mad if he don't call you back. Don't be mad if he don't judge you. Let's just say he didn't judge you, but he just don't want to be in a relationship. Did y'all have that talk? you know, if you slept with him on the first night, where exactly did you get the time to have that talk with him? Where did you get the chance to say, well, how do you feel about being in a committed relationship? How do you feel about kids? How do you feel about marriage? How do you feel about this? Were all of those things laid out? Did you ask the hard questions? Did you get the hard answers? Did you vet and then say we're on the same page? Or was the on the same page strictly about the physical, and then when you give up the box, maybe the nigga don't judge you, but he just don't want to be with you beyond that. I don't judge you, go do your thing, ma. But I was never interested in you as my girl, or I just don't want to be in a relationship. You should have asked me that. That was the question you should have asked me. Now you mad at me when you should be mad at yourself. So I think when you preface this by saying two people being on the same page, make sure you really are on the same page. Does that make sense?
A whole bunch of sense. A lot of sense, to be quite honest. Last thing about the submission, because I watch TD Jakes every day, so I was pretty interested in that. Do you agree that some of it is, you know, these women out here bossed up and they bring that mentality home, but do you think that it is also women, good women, that have adopted some of these behaviors because of being constantly disappointed or constantly let down, or putting their efforts and their energy into into a guy and being submissive to a guy that ends up letting them down, or they finding out like, I can't rely on this guy, I can't depend on this guy, like I have to be self-sufficient, I have to be bossed up, I have to be this person, because if I don't hold me down in every aspect of the word, it's not going to happen. Like, if I don't make it happen, it doesn't happen.
Richie, you want me to go?
Yeah. Nah, I think with TD Jakes, I think there's a huge difference in what everybody's saying. Nobody's saying that you should rely on somebody who's unreliable. The TD Jakes thing came across as coming home and being emasculating and being competitive and having to show and prove that you are who you are, and that you got to show your man you're bossed up. If you got to come home at night and show your man that you bossed up, then he ain't for you. He's supposed to be your biggest fan. He's supposed to be your cheerleader, as you are supposed to be for him. And you can't be the cheerleader if you coming home trying to make this nigga feel like he less than because you better. And he can't be your cheerleader if he come home and rub your nose in the fact that you're not making what he making or doing what he doing. So it's not, to me, it's not about being reliable. Sean made that point earlier. If you're doing the right things, you need to stand on your soapbox and understand that you're doing the right things and continue to do the right things just for the right person. So if people do the wrong things or the right things for the wrong person, and if you're doing the right things for the wrong person, then you need to switch that person out to somebody who's deserving of what you're doing. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to change who you are, change being the right person, change being a good girl. It just means that you got to be the good girl for the guy who appreciates the good girl. But just because at some point you're going to fuck him, lose that dude, get rid of that dude, and you're going to come home and you're going to be the bossed up chick to the dude who was the right dude, and you're going to lose him too. So you got to be who you are. Just stay true to who you are and continue to do the right thing by people, and eventually you're going to come across the nigga who appreciates it, and that's your happily ever after. That's your happily ever after. That's the dude that's not appreciating you, and you got to feel like when you come home that he's unreliable, he ain't for you. So you don't got to be bossed up for him. You got to get rid of him. That's the boss move, is to get rid of the nigga who don't deserve to be here. And replace him with a dude who do deserve to be here, but that doesn't mean change who you are. Does that make sense?
A lot.
Okay, good.
I'll end it on this. Rich, you took the words right out my mouth, so I won't regurgitate what you said. But you know, y'all are women, y'all call in and it's very common that men cheat on women. But don't think that there ain't a bunch of men watching who haven't been cheated on. There ain't a bunch of men watching that messed around and was with a chick who was for the streets. I just want to reiterate, if you doing the right thing, don't allow somebody to make you change who you are. Change the person, but don't change who you are. That's where people make the mistake. And even with the young lady, I think her name was Cassandra, who called in earlier, or the woman from Utica, whoever she is. And then I want to bring it to the gentleman who called in. You want to penalize the next man and come into a new situation with a bunch of baggage, this, that, and the third, for what your last man did. Don't change who you are. If you're a good person, you went into a situation with the best intention, sometimes you got to kiss a few frogs before you get to the prince, and it's okay. But now, if you do go out there with that mentality, I ain't never gonna do this again, and I did this for years, and this, who you think you gonna get? What kind of man do you think you're gonna attract next? So now, there was always a chance that your new man would cheat on you, just like your old man cheated on you. But you're bringing in bad energy, stink attitude, loud mouth, aggressiveness. What do you think you're going to get, even if you find Mr. Right? One of the most truest laws of the universe in physics is for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. That is a truth universally. So if you come into a situation with terrible energy, I'm not doing this, I'm not, well, guess what? That's what you're putting out there. That's a law of physics. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. And that's the reaction you're going to get back. So I don't care what my ex did to me, to Sean. I can't go into a new relationship and be, she did this. So now I ain't never doing all of the things that I used to do for the next woman. How you think this new situation gonna turn out? I can almost tell you with 100% certainty that it ain't gonna turn out good. But that's just my thoughts.
It's been real, guys, like always.
That's a nice bag.
Later, Esby. Esby's the best.
Esby been shopping for that bag for 4 days now. Yo.
All right, Rich. We passed it. We way deep into this. We could do one more caller, but it would have to be that, or we could end it here.
We could do one more. I think I got like 17 people in here.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right. We go one more.
Lovely Diva. If Lovely Diva come on, we choose her. If not, we end it. Lovely Diva.
Everybody, just know that this conversation, if you missed the beginning or you missed it, this will be up on you, or you want to hear some of this conversation again, it'll be up on YouTube.
Hold on, I'm turning my camera. Hold on. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
My question, my name is Gwendolyn. I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Maryland.
The thing is, I've used my friend, been my friend for about 15 years. We started dating. We slept together. We went into a relationship. I was the one cooking, cleaning. I would get up like 5 a.m. in the morning, make sure he eat before he go to work, had lunch and dinner on the table, still working. But I would treat him like a king. He didn't give me the same respect that I have given him. He started doing things behind my back. And I don't even know where that I went wrong at. I've been submissive to this man, but I never changed who I am because that man hurt me. I just don't know where I went wrong.
Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
Sure.
You said that you and him were actual friends for 15 years?
Yes.
Do you know him in prior relationship?
Yes, I known him. This was the first time we ever got into a relationship. The relationship lasted for 2 years and some change before he started spiraling out of control.
No, you missed my question. You knew him for 15 years before you got into a relationship with him? You were actual friends for 15 years?
Yes.
Okay, so stay with me for a second. Within that 15 years, was he in other relationships?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Obviously those relationships did not work out. Do you know why?
He would call me, but I felt like he wasn't giving me the whole story. So I would just answer and let him know that he shouldn't be going through it. He should just let it go. But I just been a friend with him for a while, so I thought the relationship would work out.
Okay. Rich, do you want to start or you want me?
Yeah, I'll start. It's quick for me. You basically thought you knew this man. You were getting one side of the story, so you kind of took his side and you were looking at him as if he was the good guy, when you should have been getting the other side of the story and making your own assessment. That's the problem with being a friend to somebody and then dating them later. They have relationships and you never truly know who they are because you're looking at them as if they're one person, but you don't know who they are in that relationship. All you know is the problems that they have from their point of view. You never got the other woman's point of view. You only got the man's point of view because he was your friend and he was telling you from his contact lens, not from the bigger picture. Once you get into a relationship with him, you realize that it really wasn't the other women. It was him all along. But now you already here and you're catering to him and being submissive to him, and he doesn't deserve it. All I can tell you, beloved, is when you found out who he truly was, you should have made your exit. Now
and I did make my exit.
Huh?
I did make my exit. I left him alone.
And at that point,
and he keeps trying to come back to me, but I told him that he don't need to come back. I told him that he can stay out of my life.
You can stay out. Exactly. I know who you are now. All these years you had me fooled, and it took for us to get up close and personal for me to understand who you really are. Now I know who you really are. So now not only is this relationship over, but the friendship is over. We should have just remained friends and we could have kept it platonic. But when we went into that sandbox of a relationship, now everything's fucked up. Now the relationship is all messed up. And now we're not friends anymore. But that doesn't mean that me and Sean been saying this all night. That doesn't mean that you change who you are. That means that you would, and please don't cry, you make me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, but when I think about it, it hurts, but I never changed who I am. I never gave up on love. So I just stay single and try to heal from it.
You're not supposed to.
I'm just working on myself and healing from it.
Understand that you did the right thing and you did what you were supposed to do to make the relationship work. He wasn't worthy of you. Don't look at it and gain insecurities based on how he was. He wasn't worthy of you. Say it. He was not worthy of my love.
He wasn't worthy of my love.
He was not worthy of my love.
He wasn't worthy of my love.
You need to take that into your next situation. Sit down.
I will.
Get yourself together. Clear your mind. Be ready for the next relationship. Be ready for it. Don't get into it too early. Don't get into it just because you want to move on and you want to get this guy out of your mind. Understand. Assess. Look at it. heel, like me and Sean always say, sit on the bench for a while and watch the game. And when you're ready to go back in, you go back in. And you don't let no man change who you are. Don't let no man determine the person that you are. You stay true to who you are. Don't let no man and his shortcomings make you less of the woman that you are right now. Sean, you can go ahead.
I gotta ask you, before y'all started dating, was he? I'm assuming he cheated on you, correct?
He did cheat on me, and the way it happened was I let him go out. That he said, could he go out? I said, go ahead. And he went out with his homeboy, and he came home. It was so disrespectful and disgusting. He came home with white stuff on his lip. It was just disgusting. The condom in his pocket. And the next day, I packed up all my stuff and got the heck out of my own apartment. I left my own apartment.
That's crazy.
Until I could get rid of him.
Okay. Do you know in the 15 years that y'all were just friends, do you know him to be a cheater or him to be a womanizer? Did he ever give you that impression?
No, but I know his baby mother will provoke him. I know when you dealing with men, certain women bring out different things in men. But I never brought out that side that provoked him or did anything because I'm not the kind of person who will argue with somebody.
You don't have to explain that. I'm just asking, in the 15 years that you knew him prior, did you know him as a womanizer? Or was
No.
You did not know him as a womanizer? Okay.
No.
So here's my thoughts. You asked a question that I want to answer. You said, what did I do wrong? Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes you do everything right. It sounds like what Rich and I always talk about, vetting somebody. You have 15 years to vet him. You don't know him in 15 years to be a womanizer. You went into this thing thinking you knew somebody, and he turned out to be somebody different or something different. So when you are asking the question, what did I do wrong? As hurtful as it might be, from what you're telling us, and I can only go on what you're telling us, nothing. You did everything you were supposed to. You were submissive. You were his friend. You were able to see him when you weren't in a relationship, how he moved, how he treated women, this, that, and the third. So you went in with your best foot forward. But unfortunately, this is life. And sometimes bad things happen to good people. Sometimes bad things happen even when you have the best intentions. So to piggyback off of Rich, I first want to just tell you, you did nothing wrong, because we need to address that question first. From what you're telling us, yo, I was submissive, I cooked, I cleaned, I ran his bath water, made sure the nigga had lunch, dinner, all of that stuff. You did right. Don't give up on love. Just, oh, and here's another thing I love that you did. Because you really did everything right. And women on this show need to listen. Me and Rich always say you get what you accept. When that man came home with white stuff around his mouth and a condom in his pocket, you didn't accept it. So he can't give that bad behavior to you anymore. You drew a line. I will not tolerate this behavior. And I'm not just saying it with words. I'm not just saying it with tears. I'm saying it with action. You said I left my own house until I can get rid of him. So I'll end it here. From what you tell me, it don't sound like you did anything wrong. Unfortunately, he was just the wrong person. Stay you, If you got to take a second and sit down and get over the hurt, get over the fact that this man who you place so much faith into did you wrong, it's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what I don't want you to do is go into the next situation with baggage. So if you got to sit
Oh
down,
no. I
excuse
never
me?
go into another situation. When I go into relationships, I give myself time to heal. I always give
See?
myself time to heal because I don't want to go in with baggage. I'm
You get
grown. I'm almost.
the host
I'll
on
be
this show.
40 years old. I'll be 40 years old in the next 17 or 16 days. So I know I never go in a relationship with baggage. I never. I take time to heal.
You way ahead of the curve, girl. But you didn't do nothing wrong. From what it sounds like, you did nothing wrong. Hold your head up high and just understand that sometimes, even with your best intentions, things just don't work out. And it's as simple as that, man. There's somebody right now who you know, they are they're facing real life problems, evictions. They got laid off. It's all kinds of things. The rent just went up, way up. They didn't do nothing wrong, but you know, I walked into the job and they handed me a pink slip. It just means God got something better for me. Nothing more, nothing less.
I receive it.
I hit it here, man. You know, and I don't, you know, I'm a man of faith, and I don't like to you know, get too spiritual, but you know, the Bible's saying all things give thanks. It didn't say in the good times give thanks. In all things give thanks. Right now, you don't know what God got lined up for you around the corner, and you need to thank Him in advance for showing you that this dude was not it, and freeing you up for whoever God got ready for you around the corner. So thank Him in advance. All right.
I always do thank him. I'm a woman of God, and I know God got me. God has been. I've been putting my time into working on my books because I'm an author as well. I do artwork and I'm a makeup artist. So I've been putting my focus into that and not thinking about those things. But if anybody wants to write a book, come to Imagination Press LLC. Y'all can look up our website. I'm actually the executive marketer there. So I put my time in doing that. If anybody want to write a book, that's the information.
Say that website again.
It's Imagination Press LLC.
PRESS LLC. Imagination.
No,
PRE.
Imagination Press. Yes.
Okay.
LLC.
See you later, girl.
It was nice talking to y'all. Thank you.
All right, mama.
You're welcome.
She almost caught it.
What?
That was a good call, though. That was a good call.
Yeah.
I let her.
Yeah,
I let her do a shameless plugs because that was actually a really, really good call.
Yeah, nah, she was dope. And you know, I would just say, and I'll say this, and then you can take the last word. Everybody, this show will be up on YouTube tomorrow. It will be up on audio on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, all the streaming platforms out there. So please look out for it. And if you love what Rich and I are doing, please spread the word. Please let people know that these conversations, no matter how deep they get, sometimes I agree with Rich, sometimes he disagrees with me, and vice versa. It's always done with the best intentions to really try to help, provide insight, and also just to have an entertaining couple of hours. So hopefully y'all are enjoying it. Please spread the word. Go ahead, Rich. You got the last word.
Yo, again, like Sean said, thank y'all for checking in, man. We've been on for about 2.5 hours. It was a fun 2.5 hours. Thank you, Instagram, for allowing us to be here. Shout out to my girl Sandy Wade, my inside source. But yo, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. We will be doing the Boys Club, yo. I feel like we are building something here that is very, very special, and I'd like to thank y'all for being a part of it. So until next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, same bad time, same bad channel. Prez, I'll hit you up offline, my guy.
Yes, sir. Peace, y'all. See you next week.